Okay. So this section we're going to do adding a curtain wall, which is this wall right here. We're basically just editing the current wall that we have. And we'll go to attaching the walls up to the roof because currently, I think actually mine's already touching the roof, but I'll show you guys how to do that. And where else we got here? Modifying the roof entry deck. We got a lot of stuff to do, so let's start at the top here. Adding a curtain wall. Okay, so we're going to lower level. Create a curtain wall at the northeast corner of the building. So we're zooming into the east wall. This is the east wall right here. We're going to split this wall into two pieces. Okay, because that is basically this wall right here. And the little screenshot, half of it's going to be a curtain wall. This is a curtain wall. It's just basically a wall made out of windows. And then this is just the regular wall type that we have right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my door down a little bit so that it's closer to the edge. And then I'm going to click on the wall and I'm going to split it into two pieces. So I click split element up here and then I just somewhere above the door just click. So now I have two different walls. I have this wall up here and I have this wall down here. Okay, they're separate. Let's go down here. We need to create, well, actually it says, while pressing Control, select the upper portion of the east wall and the adjacent portion of the north wall. Basically, it wants you to change these two wall types right here. So I'm clicking on this wall here, holding Control, clicking on this wall here, and then changing the wall type from basic wall generic 6 to curtain wall storefront. So it should be down here, curtain wall storefront. And it changes what that wall looks like. It looks like this now. But if you notice, this has several more windows. This grid spacing is a little bit different. So our next step is going to be changing this spacing into what it looks like here. So to do that, I'm going to go back to entry level. I think it was entry level, or was it lower level? I don't think it actually matters. Maybe it does. Let's go back to lower level. Yeah, so we're going to click on one of the walls. Right here it says select the north curtain wall and an end, so the whole wall is selected. It should say curtain wall up here. We're going to click edit type and I'm going to duplicate it. Now I've already done in my last class where it said, well actually I named it something different. So I click duplicate and I'm going to name it what it says right here, house 4x4. And all that does is duplicates it and makes it with the same but with a new name. So after that, these two spacing values, I'm going to change those to both 4 feet. And what that makes is it makes the window panes 4 feet each instead of what they were before. And then I'll hit OK. And when I go to the 3D view, that's the wall that I had selected. So that one changed. Notice these windows are 4x4 now. So to change it to the other one, you just click on that wall also and change it to the one that says house 4x4. This 4x4 one is from the last class where I named it just 4x4. So when you change it, it should just look like that. That's it for that whole section basically. The next part is attaching walls to the roof. I'll show you how to do that, even though mine are already attached because I attached them and I forgot to unattach them. So I don't even know how to unattach them. Maybe if I go detach top base and then click, let's see, how do I unattach this? I'm not sure that I know how to unattach it. I could edit the profile, but that would be complicated. Here's what you do though. Do I have, okay, let's say I have this wall that I want to attach to the base, to the roof. See if this example works. You click the wall and then up here you click attach top base and then you click the roof. And what it does is it takes that wall and it extends it up to the roof. Now I have an error here because that wall isn't supposed to go all the way up there, but that's how it works. So basically what you'll do is you'll go around your house and it'll be this wall, these two curtain walls. You'll basically go all the way around your house and attach each wall to the roof. I even did it in that one too, so I can't show you for example. But you would click this wall, click attach top base, and then you click the roof, and it will just attach your wall to the roof. It's pretty simple. Yeah?
So can you just like select all the walls at once and do the same thing?
So that's what they try and get you to do in here. It says open the roof plan, and then it wants you to select all the walls by hitting Control, and then do that. But I honestly think it's easier to go around and just get each individual wall. I mean, you could do, okay, Control, Control, Control.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, you can do it like that. When you do these curtain walls, you'll get an error. Just hit Don't Attach. So whenever you do the attach top base, you'll hit the wall like that, and you'll get an error that pops up. Just hit Don't Attach. Or it's not Don't Attach, it's like delete elements or something like that. And the reason why it gives you that error is because it's not able to correctly put, you know, a 4x4 square here, because this is a sloped roof. So you just hit, I think it's delete elements when that thing pops up. Where we at here? There. Okay. So let's go to, we're going to do modifying the entry deck. So we're going to entry level floor plan. And what we're trying to do is make this a little balcony outside of this area over here. So if we look at our 3D view, we currently have a door going outside this. We've got a door that leads us outside onto this balcony, but then we have a door just floating here. So we're adding to this floor, if I can select it, we're going to be editing the profile of this floor, which is on the interior, to make just basically a little balcony or ramp that goes outside there. So entry level floor plans here. It says select the floor, hover over the wall, and press tab 2 times. I just click on the floor like that and go to edit boundary to edit the floor. And now I'm editing the profile of that floor here. Okay. Before we draw this is what we're supposed to be. Let me see if there's a better picture here. We're trying to create this profile. It looks like this outside of the doors. So here's what I would do. I'll go to draw a line it up with this, and just go straight up. And this line should be 11 feet coming out here. Okay? And then, I gotta fix my mouse. And then from here, we're gonna draw a line going all the way to the end of our house. And then up, we're gonna go 3 feet 6, as it says in the document there, 3 feet 6. And then I'm just gonna connect that line there. Now how this has to work though, is it has to be one closed polygon. So I'm gonna have to take this piece and drag it that way and make a few more lines here, 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 and here, and then another line that just goes here, because this is just one big polygon basically. So it can't have like lines intersecting, you can't have lines on top of each other, it has to kind of go around the wall. It has to be one polygon. So it should end up looking something like that. Hit the check mark. It'll ask you if you want to attach to the floor or something like that. Just hit don't attach. And what it should look like in 3D after that is like this. Okay, so we've just created that little part like that. Okay. Now we're going to add a wall. So there's going to be a little wall right here. So I should probably be in the same, let's do entry level so we can see this little thing here. It says go to the architecture tab and create a wall. Where is it at? What type of wall? Basic wall, retaining 12 concrete. So basic wall, retaining 12 concrete. And we're going to change location line to something finish face interior. And it just wants us to make a wall that looks like this. It doesn't give us the size or anything. I'm just going to make it go along here. Hit spacebar so that your wall aligns outside of your floor. And that doesn't look right, so let me try that again. Wall. I'm up here. And I'm going past that a little bit. And there's my wall. I'll go to 3D view. And the wall is just floating in the air. So I can select the wall and change the base constraint to foundation and hit apply. And that will make my wall go all the way down to the ground like that. Okay. So now I got a little wall there and a little balcony. Next step is going to be taking this part of the floor and sloping it down so that you could access it via walking from outside to inside. Okay, O2 entry level. We're going to, what does it say? Oh, I skipped a part. I got to go back up here. So we have this big long wall right here, or floor here. I'm going to edit this boundary, and all this step wants you to do is shorten it up a bit to line up with this wall right here. So I edited the boundary. I know I just made it super long, and then I made the wall, and now I'm shortening it up. But the point is that this part is going to be flat, and then this part of the slab is going to be sloped going down. So I'll hit the check mark there. And I'm going to make a new floor. Where's the floor tool? There. And then basically, I'm going to trace this shape right here. Beginning at the left endpoint of the 6-foot north wall. Actually, I don't really think I need any of those dimensions. Let's try this. So I'm going to start here. I want to follow this angle and go to the end of my wall. Then go there. Then go there. And then go there. Okay, so that's just a separate floor from the other one I created. And then there's this thing called slope arrow underneath the draw panel. You make a little arrow. You start it here and you go here. And you click on the arrow and there's a height offset at tail. This is the tail end of the thing. So you're going to set this height offset to something like -6 feet. Let's try that and see what it looks like. Don't attach. Go to 3D. So what it does is it takes that tail end of the slab, which is the back side, and it slopes it down 6 feet from the top. So this is the head of the arrow right there, which was at that entry level. And then I just did 6 feet. You might have to do something different depending on where your, what is this called? Dirt, I guess, or topo is. But I just did 6 feet. Hopefully that works for you guys. Whoa, what does that look like there on the side view? That looks pretty good. As long as it goes under the dirt, I think it's okay. All right. Does that make sense? Probably not. We'll see. Okay. Should look something like that. You can change it. We'll stop there. Okay.